that. But we feel like we're a better team with him. The reason we franchised him is because we would like to have him. He's not under contract, and it's hard for me to predict all the different scenarios that could happen. But, we feel strongly about T. Higgins and his fit with us.
Duke, how big of a priority, or is it a priority, to figure out T. Higgins' future past this season?
It's always a priority, when you think about premier type players and how long you want them. We work within the confines of the CBA like every other team does, and sometimes things come together on a long-term basis, sometimes they don't. So we use the resources we have, but we're always thinking about the future of players and who's coming up and who all we want to have long-term relationships with, and it's a never-ending puzzle. Just when you put a piece in, somebody reaches over and takes a piece out, and so we're trying to fit more pieces in than they're taking out.
What you learned, about Miles from this time last year?
Feel what the NFL is all about and the speed of the game, and I really was excited about his progression in the second half of the season and a lot of the things that he started to show. It's a transition. When you're playing in the trenches in the NFL, it's a transition. You're a 22, 23, 21, 24-year-old guy playing against 30-year-old guys that have been playing for 8, 9 years. That's a big jump. It's not like being a freshman playing against a junior. It's a big jump, and it's a man's game on the line of scrimmage, and so there's a process that goes along with that. But really, I'm really impressed with the progression that Miles made, and we've got big plans for him going forward.
Duke, what would you say Brian Callahan developed over his 5 years in Cincinnati? Just kind of what kind of coach are you getting, Brian?
Yeah, the question's on Callie. And what type of coach they're getting. They're getting a good coach, and we're losing a good coach. They're getting a guy that is 100% ready for the job. Brian has the exact personality that you want in that position. He's super bright. He's a people person. He relates well to players, to staff, to everyone in the building. He's grown up around football. He's got a tremendous amount of great ideas and thoughts. He's got the right demeanor and personality, and so it's a great hire for them, and it's a big loss for us. We really enjoyed our time with Brian. I knew he was ready. I knew he had. It was just a matter of another team identifying that, and they did, and we're really happy for him.
Hey Duke, I don't know how much you use the cognitive testing, but there are some players that aren't going to take the cognitive test, they've said. Mm-hmm. What do you miss out on in the evaluation process when they don't do that, and how do you fill in the areas of need, I guess?
The question's on cognitive test and the fact that they're not doing that anymore. The term cognitive test is a sliding scale. There's ones that have been going on for a long time, and then there's independent people that have been doing things more recently. We don't believe in a lot of that. We put the resources in our own people to determine how well somebody will transition into our game. There's no magic bullet, and there's no better mousetrap. The mouse still escapes sometime. You can spend a lot of time on cognitive tests, and you can spend a lot of time researching the guy's background on your own, and the results, in my opinion, are pretty similar. And so it's the fact that they've announced that they're not going to do cognitive tests, from a Cincinnati Bengals perspective, it hasn't really affected us much.
There's a lot of people, asking questions about Sam Hubbard's future with the Bengals. How would you evaluate, his skill set for the Bengals this upcoming?
The question's on Sam Hubbard and his skill set, and I've always been a huge believer in Sam. Sam was one of the easiest draft picks we've had. Grew up in Cincinnati, was available to us, came right in and produced for us. He's really versatile. He brings other people along, and really what he did at the end of the year, playing through a dramatic injury that he ended up after the season having to have surgery on, was just a testament to his toughness and grit, and the fact that he could be out there helping us try to get to the playoffs. That's what Sam Hubbard is all about. He's still got a lot of life in his career, in my opinion. When he doesn't have that injury, I think he's better. I think he'll tell you that. But he was pretty good with the injury. He's one of the best run-stopping defensive ends in the NFL.
Duke, how do you
view Joe Mixon's role with the team going forward and remaking the running backs? How do you view those two?
Yeah, the question's on Joe Mixon and his role going forward. I can tell you his role this past year was good. He had a really good season for him. For us, I was proud of him. Over 1,000 yards and double-digit touchdowns, and it was a big factor for us. In terms of predicting anybody's role going forward, I'm not going to do that up here on the podium. Those are roster building strategies, and those are things that we're talking through as this whole thing unfolds with every player on our roster. It's not specific to just one. Really proud of Joe and the season he had. And he did a lot of things to help us get into a point where we had a chance. And we didn't get over the top, but he put us in a position to have a chance.
Duke, how do you evaluate the maturation process of Andre Yosevich, Charlie Jones in the receiver room?
Yeah, the question's on the young receivers we drafted last year, and excited about them. I think they each got a pretty good taste, got some live action opportunities, figured out what the NFL's all about, showed some really high-end stuff that we can build on. They're both made of the right stuff. They want to be good. They've seen what it takes to be good with our other receivers. They'll continue to take on bigger roles. But I love, from Andre's standpoint, I love his size, I love his speed. He's an athletic guy, he's smart. Charlie gives great versatility, gave us a real good punt return option and did some really good things there. And he'll continue to fit into the offense as we go forward. So really excited about both those young guys.
Dude, how do you guys evaluate the tight end position? The last couple of years, it's sort of been like a revolving door at the tight end spot. What do you guys look for in the tight end spot? Because obviously Tanner Hudson came on strong for the Bengals throughout the season. But what are you guys looking for in that position?
The question's on the tight end revolving door. Is that what you said? Yeah, there has been a revolving door. That's not what we're looking for. It's what's been presented to us in our estimation as the best way forward. We'll continue to evaluate that, but we want guys like every other team wants guys. We want guys that can block. We want guys that can catch. If they can do both, that's a bonus. We want a good mix of different abilities in the group. We want somebody that gels with our quarterback, that does the things that our quarterback wants to do, which is important. There are a lot of different styles of these. It's probably the one position with the most different set of abilities throughout the whole league, throughout each individual. Offensive tackles are offensive tackles. The longer the better, the bigger the better, the tougher the better. But tight ends are different. There's blocking guys, there's receiving guys, there's guys that do a little bit of both, there's guys that play on special teams. So we're trying to find a good mix of different guys, and we'll continue working through that, and we'll see what we can get done. It's an important position for us.